Yo, what's going on, everybody? Kylan here. Today, we're going to be continuing off on our project of cloning Twitter. So, let's jump right into it. So, last time we did, let's see here, we did the basics of, we did the setup, and this is our project. We did the basics of setting up our basic routes, our packages. We downloaded some packages from npm, and we started on some of the styles for the homepage. Now it's not completely finished, and that's what I'm hoping to get done today. So let's see. We haven't set up these buttons to do anything yet, so so I'm not gonna lie, I don't really like this, the horizontal rules. I think I'm going to change it to a div, because I don't know, I just don't like the horizontal rule. So let's go back here. Let's change this to a div. Let's not a closing tag. Div, move that, and we'll do that, and we'll do that. Alright, so let's go back over here. Okay, so those lines are gone. We gotta style those. So let's go back and style those real quick. And we'll change that to a 9 as well. Okay. Let's see. Let's add one more class here to div dash hr. Whoops, HR. Alright, so let's do a dot div dash HR. I am really bad at naming. That's okay. It'll work. So let's see here. I want, what do I want? I want background of white. Background color is going to be, what is the variable for primary text? We'll just use the primary text variable, because we want to keep everything as consistent as possible. So we'll use var primary text. Alright. And then we'll add a height, height of 1 pixel, and a width and let's comment that out. We shouldn't need that anymore. Alright, let's go back over here. Yeah, it looks exactly the same. So, let's see. See, I just don't like how thick it is, so maybe I can maybe I change the color. Let's change the color to something a little bit more transparent, actually. So let's do RGBA, and we'll check out a pure white with a much lower transparency. I hate when VS Code does this. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. Okay. So let's change that to a 0.2. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Looks a little bit better. Okay. That'll work. Perfect. So, let's see here. And I will fix the the styling, because if you look at this versus look at this is obviously much larger in size, and the fonts aren't really, I mean, they might be the same, but let's fix the styles. So I think I'm using rems up here. So yeah, for the title, let's do a 3 rem and see how that looks. It looks like this is a little bit bolded as well. So let's see, what did I back over here? What did I use, or what did I download for fonts? So the family of Roboto, weight of 300, 400, 700. Let's try to use a 700 weight and see if that helps a little bit. Let's see. Let's go back to here. Font weight, it would be 700. Let's try and see if that works. Maybe? No? It doesn't look like... Wait, what did I do wrong? Let's see. Font weight 700. Let's see here. Yeah, it's definitely not doing anything. Why? Maybe... Oh, you know what? It's in an H1, so it's probably already by default 700. Let's try a 900. Nope, nope. Let's see. Okay, so it definitely added the font weight. I can see that happening in the dev tools. So maybe it's just the font itself. What font does Twitter use? So it also so it must just be the font, because I couldn't find. I don't know why I couldn't find on Google Fonts the Sego UI, whatever that is. But yeah, for some reason it's not coming up. Font this. Let's do a Google search for it. Sego UI font family typography. Microsoft Docs. Let's check this out. So is this a font by Microsoft? So maybe if let's see. Let's play around with it here. So if I go and find that font, and I change it from the Roboto. Let's check it out. Let's do a refresh. Okay, yeah. So it looks like it is part of Windows. So okay, so that's probably why it's not found on Google Fonts. And then let's check out the Arial font as well. I have seen Arial before, but let's check it out on here. So it looks like that almost looks like what it. Yeah, that looks like it is using Arial on whenever I log on to Twitter. So let's bring that bold down a little bit. Maybe bring it down to 700 again. Maybe not. Maybe we'll go back to 900. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, let's go. Wait, no, that's not what I want. And then we'll pull this back. Maybe we do an 800 bold. Maybe that doesn't work. Okay, well, that works for now. I don't really like it still because it's not. So it's saying latest update, Twitter's using their own font called Chirp. Am I reading that right? Twitter unveiled a new font dubbed Chirp. Its first ever custom typeface, along with other design modifications. Wednesday, August 11th. It's taking some time for people to get used to it. So I wonder if I could find that font on Google Fonts. Let's see. Twitter font Chirp. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so let's download. Looking for the new Twitter font and also the safe way to download it on Android. Okay, it's called Chirp. I don't think you can download it. Okay, fair enough. We will... I guess we will just stick with the Sego UI or whatever it is. Oops. Guess we'll stick with that and yeah, call that. Now I want to add a little bit of padding to the bottom of this, because it does look like there's a little bit of padding, margin, whatever you want to call it. So we could move. Yeah, let's add. So it would be on the subtitle. Font size, padding, 15 pixels. Let's see that. That is not what I want at all. 0.2 rem. Let's try that. See what that looks like. A little bit closer. Maybe I don't want it on the top. Why am I putting it all the way around? I want it only on the bottom. So let's do that. Padding. We'll do, and then we can do all the rest of the way around. 0. We want 0 here, and we want 0 because I'm pretty sure padding top right, bottom left, right? If I remember right. Okay. What did I mess up here? Why you don't work? Maybe I just do this. Oh wait, that's because, oh man, let's try that. I even set top right, bottom left. There we go. Okay, that looks a little better. Alright, so now we're ready to start focusing on this button right here. This button right here. Alright. So we will add that button in. So let's go back here to here. Let's see. So we want to add it there. Oops. btn dot btn. There we go. So we want to sign up with email or phone. Sign up with email or phone. Or wait, it was phone or email. Phone or email. Alright, let's go back over here. Refresh and see what we got. Oh, there we go. That's looking pretty nice. Now, we're going to actually add another class. BG-blue. So we'll do a called BG-blue. We'll save that. I'll copy that over here. So let's go down below. Button HR. Actually, we can remove that HR because we don't have horizontal rules anymore. And don't forget to put my dot. And we will change the background color to the variable dash dash Twitter blue. Alright. And I forgot to change screens again, as always. There it is. The .bg blue, background color, variable Twitter blue. So let's go back and refresh. And that looks pretty decent. Let's change the let's see. I got button class BG-blue, and I want to grab the text. So what was that dot text color? That's the class I want. Change that and refresh, and there we go. Very nice, very nice. All right. Okay. So it looks like when you hover over this, at least it looks to me, like the opacity of the text doesn't change, but the opacity of the background does. So let's see if we can change that on the BTN class. So, or it wasn't the, yeah, it was the BTN hover class. So don't forget to do that. So on the BT hover class, what do we have on the background? So background size, repeat image position, back face visibility, background origin, background position, background blend mode. No. So let's see. Yeah, because the background the text color doesn't change. So how can I do that? Let's see. Let's take this to Google. So get rid of that. We can get rid of that. All right. Change background transparency without affecting text. There we go. Use the CSS RGBA colors. So let's pull that up. Let's go back over here. Let's try this. See, that's not what I want at all. Yeah, because it changes. So what if I set, let's see, because yeah, if I hover now, it just changes it to black. So I wonder if I could use let's try this. Background color inherit. So it would inherit the background color from the BTN class. It should, at least. Well, if it would help if I move that. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Wait. See, because on this here, because the text of the button is not maybe if I just change the opacity and then set the text or the color to inherit. Let's try that. Let's see, let's change it back to black. That's not what I want. Maybe I change it to nope, that's not what I want at all. Color. Let's scroll through here. There's a current color, huh? What's the initial? I don't know. Let's play with it and find out. No. Am I gonna need to set a span inside of this button? Let's try that. Let's just do that. Let's just wrap this in a span. And it looks like it hasn't changed anything. So set that as initial. Alright, and then let's go let's set that as initial. Wait, no, I don't want that. It's not what I want. Let's see. So wrapped it in a span. I want the. So let's just whenever we hover on. Let's remove that and add that here. Right. And then so we've got the button and the background of blue. Set the opacity of the button. And then we'll do .btn span. Naming, terrible at it. Then we'll set the color to can I just do initial there? And that Text color. Because I can't change the color of the button on the hover, because that would change the on these two hovers as well, and then any other hover that I use in the future, or any other button that I use the class BTN in the future, it would change on those as well. So I don't really want to add it to the button hover class. I just want to change the color of the text. Let's do this. Okay. And that broke everything. Why? Oh wait, that FF. Alright, so let's see. See, it's still changing the opacity. Not liking that at all. So how... Change background opacity without affecting text. Okay, but... Hmm. Okay, so I just caved um, and instead of trying to figure whatever I was doing out up here, I just made a BG-blue color or uh, class, and I set the background color to the variable Twitter blue, and then what I did was took that class and added a hover pseudo selector onto it. So whenever it's hovered on, the opacity goes back to 1. And then the background color, I just added some transparency to the background color itself, rather than trying to figure out how to add transparency to the variable, which I wasn't accomplishing. So this is how it's looking. The text doesn't change, but the background does whenever you hover on it. Good enough for me for now. Yeah, I'm gonna call it there for that. Spent way too much time on this. So let's so we're gonna focus on this here. This should hopefully be a little bit easier. So this just goes to twitter.com/en/TOS for the terms of service, privacy policy /en/privacy, and then cookie use. It just goes to that. So let's just add that in real quick. And we'll do a div with a p tag in there. Let's just copy this because I'm lazy. Alright, let's go back over here and see what that looks like. Maybe it doesn't look like anything because it's not showing up on the screen. Good question of why. Probably because the text color is black and my background is black. So let's hop back over here. Let's do I swear this prettier extension is nice at times, but at other times it just becomes annoying. Anyway, let's add a class of let's see. Let's just do a looks like we can use this text coloring down here as well. Okay, so we will just take the faded text. We'll call it faded text, or let's do text muted. Have a text muted class, and let's see. Let's make it the make it a color of RGBA. Let's find a white with a much lower transparency, and I hate that. That's Twitter itself. Okay, so maybe let's change that up to a 4 maybe, and see what that looks like. Yeah, it looks decent. Doesn't look great, but it looks decent. Alright, and then so and let's add a PT-2 class on here. Let's create the PT-2 class. .PT-2, and that's just going to be some padding on the top. Padding top, I don't know, 12 pixels maybe. And let's see what that looks like. That looks halfway decent. Maybe, yeah. And then let's go back over here, and we'll change the let's see, we will do a font or a dot font dash terms. So we'll do that class. The font size will be let's do 0.5 to start out with, rems, and we'll add that font terms class to here, and let's see how that looks, and that's way too small. Alright, let's go back and change that to 0.9 rem, I guess. That looks a lot better. Maybe 0.8. Let's try 0.8. See if that looks a little bit closer. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Looks close enough. Alright, and then we're going to add a link class, and visited, we're also going to add a link here, link visited, or why don't we just do an A? Whoops, that's not all what I wanted to do. Change that to an A. So an A tag by itself, an A tag visited, We will change the text color. Let's grab our little that color there, and let's go back over here to here, change that to color, and we will go back over here, refresh, and that class isn't added to anything because we don't have any A tags. So let's back over here. Let's add, so terms of service, we want to add an A tag around that. A tag, and for now that's just not going to go anywhere. And then we also want to add the same thing around the privacy policy. And that also won't go anywhere. Why? And cookie use, A tag, that's not what I want. A tag, that's not going to go anywhere either. Okay. Save that. Refresh that. And that doesn't look anything like this over here. Why is that? I don't know what color I picked. Apparently it's that color instead. Make that color. Well, 100%. Let's go back here to our styles and change that to that. And let's see if that looks any better. Yeah, that looks a lot better. And if we click on them, because we have the visited as well, it won't change color, so that ugly purple color that the web likes to do. Alright, so eventually we'll add some sort of route for those, but in the meantime, I'm not worried about that. So so we need the already have an account, so let's add another div to that. We'll make that an H2 as well. Already, whoops. Have an account question mark. Save that, and we will make that a class of text-color, and we'll add the subtitle class to that as well. Let's go see what that looks like. And that's Twitter again. Alright, that looks decent. Maybe I make that, yeah, I just removed the subtitle class from that. So let's go back over here. We need to add some padding to the top, so I'll add a pt-4 class, so we can use pt-4, and we'll just add padding top 25 pixels. Let's try that, see how that works. Still a little close, so let's change this to 45 pixels, and looks a little bit better. Yeah. Yeah, it looks good. I do want to change, looking at it, the H2 looks a little big, so let's make that an H3. And then back here, and we'll refresh, and that looks a lot better. A lot closer to the real one. Alright, next we are going to add another div for that button. btn.btn. So a button with a class of button. Let's move over here. So it looks like it's got a transparent background with a semi-transparent border all the way around it, and the text is that Twitter blue. And then when we hover, okay, so we'll go back here, we'll make a sign in button. Alright. Sign in button, and we'll style that. So sign in button, we will do, let's see, it looks like, I should probably add the text to that button first. So that text says sign in. Sign in. And back over here, refresh. Ooh, that looks fancy, let me tell you. Alright. Let's see. Why that's right, because I have divs. Let's go back here. Move that, and move that. And now it should be working. Hey, there it is. Alright, let's go back here. Let's add a little bit of PT-2 to that. Wait, I'm already confused. Why did that? Oh, yeah, because I'm smart. Let's add a dot mt-2 margin top 12 pixels. Alright, change that to an M. It's still not working. Why is this still not working? Probably because I have an error in my CSS. Okay, so sign in button, we will make the background color transparent. And then we want the color of the text to be that variable Twitter blue. Alright. And then we want a border as well. We want that border to be, we could probably just do RGBA, and we could select a white 255, 255, 255. Go away, add my A there, and add my alpha channel of 0.2. Alright, let's go back here and see how that looks. Wait. What? What went wrong with the border? Oh my gosh. Today's just not my day, apparently. I forgot to add specifications to the border. I specified the color, I need to specify solid, and pixel size, 1 pixel. Alright, now let's refresh. There it is. There it is. Maybe a little less transparency. So let's do a 0.4 on that. And refresh. And that looks better. Yeah, that looks better. Alright. Alright. So, now we need to add the hover effect, which, let's actually go back over here. Hover effect is, it's very transparent of that Twitter blue color, I would say. So like a 0.1 on the transparency. So let's go back over here. Let's add a hover class to that. Sign in button hover. Alright. And we just want to change the background color, and we want to change it to an RGBA color. Maybe we just take that that hex code up from up here, and we can just change the transparency on that. Instead of FF, we'll do, I don't know, DD. Or wait, no. Instead of FF or DD, we'll do like 1-1. That should be pretty light. Barely noticeable at all, to be completely honest. And that works. I also need to remove that opacity class, so that way it doesn't affect. I don't know why I even have that on there at this point. Like, it doesn't even seem. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna remove that. We can figure out the opacity, or we can add the opacity to I just don't like the opacity. We're gonna remove that. So let's jump over here, refresh. This obviously doesn't have the hover effect on it, but this one does, and that looks pretty gosh darn close to what Twitter's looks like. I would say that's decent. Maybe we go to 1-2. I think that's doable. Yeah, that's close enough. Close enough. And then we'll go back over here to the button. Now, why did that MT-2 class not work? Because I should have 12 pixels of margin above. Let's pull up the dev tools for this. Yeah, because I don't have any margin whatsoever. Is it being overridden by the the BTN class, right? I think. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So, oh, that's because it's above the .btn class. Okay. So, wait, why does the .btn class even have margin 0 on it? Let's just comment that out and see if anything crazy changes on the screen here. Absolutely nothing other than that actually added the margin to it. Okay, so we will completely remove that. We'll go ahead and completely remove that margin 0 from that. I don't know why I had that on there. Maybe thinking by default the button has margin. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, that's gone. And now our button has a little bit of padding here. Let's see. Yeah, it looks pretty close. Looks close enough. Alright, and then we'll add a MB4 class, and we'll add margin bottom 45 pixels. So we're just keeping consistent between the margin and the padding. Margin for padding for 45 pixels. And then we'll add that. It would help if I showed the screen. I am very bad at this, apparently. We'll add the MB-4 class on here. We'll go back over here. Refresh, nothing shows up different because I haven't got anything below that button yet. So next thing is we need the container for the this Twitter thing right here, whatever this is. So the background and the Twitter thing, whatever image thing this is. So we'll do that next. Alright, so we'll let's see here. Let's see here. What the fuck? Okay. With Inkscape. Maybe. Let's take is Okay, so let's see. We need to get that background too. What is that background? Let's see here. How do I get that background? I need that background. Is that background like a... It should be like an SVG or some sort of image file of some sort. There it is. Alright. Save image as. Let's see. Icons. Yep. And then, oops. Home page background. Save that. Go away there. Right. Now let's move back over to the code. Alright, so we need a container for the background, and then we also need to put that image inside of that container. So we've got the container here. Let's make another container for that. Give us a little bit of wiggle room there. Class equals, I guess we'll just do home image container. That's real descriptive, let me tell you. Goodness. Oh, fingers work. Alright, and then inside of that container we will need, we'll probably make that image as the background, and then we will put the Twitter logo directly in the center of that. So let's do let's get the image on the screen first, or the background on the screen first. So let's go over here. We'll just make it a background image. Home image container, and then background URL, icons, homepage background of PNG, and like that. And let's see if that shows up. Apparently not. Let's see. If we pull up DevTools. This div here. Okay, it's because it has no height and width, most likely. So let's yeah, that's the container. Home img. Oh wait. That's right. Okay. And let's go back over here. Refresh. Still nothing because it has no height and width. All right. So let's go back to the code and styles. We'll add a height of 150 pixels and a width of 100 view width. Or wait, it's inside of that container, so I should just be able to do 100%, right? There we go. But we don't want it, we want it to span outside of the container. So maybe we actually move that outside of the container. Yeah, I like that. Let's move that outside. Let's move that outside of the container. So we'll cut this out. And we'll move it. Actually, just move it completely out of this section. We'll make another section. Put it here. Let's see what that does. There we go. Okay. And then I'm getting ahead of myself here. I'm thinking about the container. Thinking about this container, because let's see. The .main, where's that class used at? That class isn't used. Unless it's on the body itself. Is it on the body? No, I never put any styles on the body. On the .container. Now what am I using .main for? I don't know. Okay, so it's got a min height of 100 view height. So yeah, I remember stating that before. Okay. I was just concerned about pages that wouldn't fill up the entire page, in the footer not going all the way to the bottom. But Twitter doesn't have... Anyway, we'll figure that one out when we get there. But let's see, this height needs to be like a variable height. So how does Twitter have it done? So they've got, what is it? What is it? 300, right around 300 down to like, so it's like 350 pixels high. Now that continues to expand. Now the size of the container doesn't really expand. Yeah, the size of the container doesn't really expand. It stays the same all the way. Yeah, so they have to have like a specified height up until it gets to about 1024 pixels. Okay, so let's move it back to 430. So what is that height? That looks like that's 300. So it's 200 and what's 80-ish down to 625. So that's roughly 350 pixels. Let's try 350 pixel height and see how that looks. So let's refresh this. Okay, that looks decent. That looks decent. And I feel like we need a background size. Let's do cover. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that's exactly what we want. Yeah, that looks exactly what we want. And then as it expands, or is it a contain? Because it looks like let's play with this a little bit. Let's see. Let's go back here. Let's do contain. See what that looks like. No. No, because it's just repeating. It's going to repeat, so background repeat, no repeat. No, that's not going to work. So it needs to be, we'll keep the background repeat, no repeat, and then we'll do a cover. And we'll refresh that. Because right about, I don't know, right about here-ish is when it's going to jump over to the left here. So let's get the footer in there and kind of see how that looks. So let's move back over here. I'm gonna make the footer outside of the main footer, and it's just a bunch of links, honestly. That's all it is, a bunch of links. And then of course, you know, you got the copyright logo. So on the footer, we'll have the class of footer container, and then we'll have a div. Okay, and then the footer container will be 100 view width, and then the inside of it will be like center aligned with like 90% width of the parent container. So let's do that footer container. Let's just add all the links in right now. So how many links is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 plus the logo. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then honestly, I'll just cut this out so you don't have to watch this. It's just adding a bunch of text, so be right back. Okay, so I've added all the text that is at the footer down here. These are all a bunch of link tags. Right now, all my link tags go to nothing, and most likely that's the way they're gonna stay. I also want to add at the bottom this P tag. It looks like the copyright symbol. Trying to think. The PY. I think that's it. Let's double check that here. Yeah, that's the copyright symbol. And we'll just copy that. And let's see how that looks. There we go. Very nice. Okay. Next, we'll get to styling that real quick. Just make the background black of the footer container. That's not right. Whoops. That's not what I want. Alright, and we'll make the background color black. Alright, and do we want a minimum height? Like, what does... No, I don't think we do. No, because it all expands into one line, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so we'll do we'll just do background of black, and then we want a this and we can add a P-flex class to that, and let's go see how that looks. Okay, looking good, looking good. And we'll go back here and we'll make a MT-2. Do I have an MT-2 class? I don't know, we're gonna find out here in just a second. Yes we do, and it's white. So let's make that padding instead. There we go. Okay. Alright, so let's see here. Yeah, we want to specify center. And let's see, footer container. Let's go back to footer container. We're going to add some padding to the right and the left. So let's actually just remove this P2 then. Oops. Alright, and then we'll add some padding to the right, the left, the top, and the bottom. So we'll add, let's see. I want it to span want it to span probably about 90% of the width of the container. So let's see. What we want to add, let's try adding a max width of 90 view width. Let's see what that looks like. Nope. Might as well just add some padding to the container instead. Alright. We'll just add some padding to each side. So the top and the bottom, we want, I don't know, let's do 12 pixels, and then the right and the left, let's add some, about 25 pixels on each side. Let's see what that looks like. It looks a little better. And then also I want to add a little bit of padding between each of, yeah, so maybe like 10 pixels all around each one. So instead of let's change this to 15 pixels, and let's actually change this to 0. Let's go back and see what that looks like. Okay. Let's see. Let's inspect here. So there's padding. Okay, so then that div I actually, yeah, I need to remove the deflex and the justify center from the footer. No, I don't need to remove it from the footer, but I need to add it to this div as well. Okay, so let's go back here, and then, oops, we'll call it class of footer wrapper. Alright, and we'll footer wrapper. Alright, and we'll actually, I shouldn't need to do that actually. Let's just let's add this d-flex class and the justify center class. And let's see what that looks like. Definitely not. I would say definitely not. So could I just let's add that footer wrapper class back. Footer wrapper. Alright, and then we'll add the overflow auto to it. Can't ever remember what overflow auto does. Let's go back and change that. I can't remember what the no, I don't want overflow. what is it that I want? I want it to automatically text overflow. What does the ellipsis do? Render an ellipsis character to represent clipped inline content. Heh. Let's see what that does. I don't know. It didn't fix my issue. Let's do a max width of 90%. And that's not going to fix the issue either. Let's see. So anchor tags. I'm using anchor tags. So let's remove this here. Let's remove the d-flex class. Okay, that's basically what I want right there. I don't know why I had to make everything so complicated. So I shouldn't need the max width class anymore, but I want, goodness, what do I want? Let's do a text align center. See if that works. That's exactly what I want. That's exactly what I want. Okay. Okay. Alright. Now, do I have a, let's see. Do I have a link? No, I do not have a link class. So let's add up here to well, yeah, we'll take the link class and it'll basically just remove all of the default stuff for, well, if I add the, yeah, we'll add the link class, it'll remove all of the default stuff for links, like the color, we'll change it to a default black, and we'll remove text decoration none. Let's see what that looks like. It should disappear from the screen. And it has not, because I did not add that link class to anything. Smart. I am smart, let me tell you. Let's add that class here. And that one should... Okay. That's right. Wait, no. Let's just do the link class has a text decoration of none. Actually, I can just do that on all anchor tags, because most likely we're not going to want that. Well, no, because then that'll ruin the links up here. So let's undo that. Alright. Alright, and then let's see here. So we'll add the link class, and we'll also add the text muted class. Let's see here. So we have the text muted class, or let's see, text color, or text link, text muted. There it is. Yeah, that's that. That's the class that I want to add. Okay, so the link class, we can say we'll remove the, let's just change that to a text decoration none. Alright, and that's all that does, is text decoration none. Alright, so let's go back here. Class of text none, and we'll add a class of text muted, and we'll also add a class of P-2, and that P-2 class will add padding all around it. You know, like 12 pixels all the way around it. We'll play with that padding just a little bit. So let's add the .p-2 class here. Padding, just do 12 pixels, and let's go over and see what that looks like. Now, why did it not add 12 pixels around every one of them? It doesn't make any sense. P-2 class. So let's see what's going on here. Why is the, okay, wait, why, So, it's kind of weird. So let's, just for testing purposes, display, we'll add the inline block class. See what that does. Now see, that separates everything. But it's still getting a weird yeah, see, that's what I want. Why is the text muted class being overridden? Is it because the text muted class should not be being overridden, because it's not a higher selector, nor does it have, wait, it is a higher selector. I forgot pseudo selectors have higher precedence. They have the same precedence as classes do. So it technically is one higher. Huh. So, man, CSS is a pain. Let's just change this to let's just change this to a link class. Let's just do that. Oops. Dot link. And then we'll add that dot link class to here. Nope, not there. There. And there. Class link. Alright, we'll refresh. Now it's looking good. Padding a little bit too much. So let's hop back over and I can't remember. I can't forget to let's do, where is my, there it is, dot inline block. Alright, and then we'll have to add that to each and every one of these. Nope. And I'm actually going to change this to P-1 so we can keep P-2 consistent with 12 pixels. What was that class? Oh, inline block. Alright, and then we'll add the P-1 class and we can play with that. dot p-1, and we'll add padding 5 pixels. Let's play with that. See what we come up with. That looks a heck of a lot better. I might have to add a little bit of padding to the top and maybe a little bit to the bottom. We can add the probably the PT. Let's actually add. Let's go back up here. Let's add the dot py for vertical, the y-axis, 2, and we'll add padding. That will include 12 pixels on the top and the bottom and 0 on the right and the left. So let's add that to this class. No, we'll add it to the footer class, py-2. Can you tell I've taken some inspiration from Bootstrap with my naming convention? py-2. Wait, why did that not work? Let's remove that from there we go. That looks a lot better. Now where's my P tag at? Like, oh, it's right there. Oh, that's right. I never added any of these classes to the P tag. I don't need the text decoration none. I do want the text muted class, and I also want the p-1, and I want the inline block class. I just added the those classes to the P tag here because I completely forgot that thing existed. There we go. There we go. I have to say that's halfway decent. Like, it's a pretty good comparison, I would say. Alright. Now that I've gotten completely off track, I would need to add the Twitter logo here. So let's do that next. So we need, what I need to do here, I need to go over to icons, this one right here. Whoops. This contains document is empty. Open with Inkscape. I'm not a big designer, so kind of just figure this out as I go. Wait, is it this one? Open with Inkscape. Yes, this one. So save that, close that, delete that. That didn't freak anything up on my page, did it? No, I wasn't using that anywhere. Okay. We'll make that logo big, white, SVG. Okay. Now, inside of this is the image container. I want to add another div, which I don't know why I need to add another div. Actually, let's remove this class from here. Oops. Let's remove this class from here and add it to here. That way I can minimize the amount of divs I have. I shouldn't have done anything crazy on the screen. Nope. All working as expected. Back to 430. Alright. Let's, okay. Let's add a class of image wrapper. Do I have an image wrapper class? No. Just there. Okay. So, we'll do... And then we'll add the image class here. Alright, so on the image wrapper class, I want to... On the image wrapper class, I want to add a position of relative. Then I want top 50%, right 50%, left 50%, and bottom 50%. 50%. Alright, and then icons slash logo big white dot svg. Alright, let's see what that looks like. And it's completely off the page. What a surprise. The home image container, it has a height of 350 pixels. We're going to add home to this to keep things consistent, and we'll add home to this. Save that, and then we'll add dot home image logo. Naming conventions are on point, let me tell you. Alright. We'll add a class of, what was it now? Home image logo. Home logo. Go. There we go. And yep, I'm still doing good at this, let me tell you. Alright. Position absolute. I want to absolutely position that. Top 0. Left 0. Let's go over here and check it out. and that's still absolutely terrible. Let's go back and add a max height. No, we don't want a max height. Min height of 250 pixels. Max height of 500 pixels. Let's see. Okay, so I need to use the center of the logo. I need to use the center of the logo as the center point rather than it looks like it's aligning the top left corner. So how would I do that? Let's figure it out. So let's just make the height of 250 pixels. Okay, that looks better. I know you can't see. That looks better. Okay, but it is still using the top left corner as the center of where it's aligning it to. I wonder if I do a display of flex and align item center, justify content center. See if that helps any. And no, it does not. It does not do anything. What is that? Okay, so let's take it to Google. Align absolute div center. How to center absolute div horizontally using CSS. So wait, if I do this, let's just remove that for a second and see what happens on the screen. Oh, that looks a little bit better. Only slightly. So now what is it? Okay, so it's aligning to the top left now. So So let's just do top and right. Oops. Let's do this, this, and we'll remove this, and see what that looks like. Oh, it's completely gone. Completely gone. Don't know why, but it is completely gone. Okay. Let's go back to the code here. And see. It lines back up with the top right corner. Maybe I need to position the image 50%, 50%. Let's just try that. See if that works. Nope. And it does nothing. Oh, goodness. Absolutely, positioning elements is a pain. Why am I doing it? That's a good question. I do not know. I do not have an answer. Let's display flex line item center justify content center. Alright, and then let's remove all of that. And okay. I think I've gotten somewhere. Yes. We just need to minimize the height and the width of it. Okay. So let's undo that, and we'll remove all of this positioning here. And there we go. I like Flexbox. It's so neat. My question is, why is it not center aligning? Let's do this. See if this helps any. Height of 100%. Let's see if that works. Yes, that looks a lot better. Okay. Okay. That looks good. I like it. I'm liking it. Next thing we need to do is we need to set the breakpoint. So what does Twitter actually do? it looks nearly identical. Nearly. Pretty gosh darn close, I'd say. Okay, so what do they do? So it looks like at 520, everything kind of scales up a little bit there at about 520 pixels. And then nothing really changes up until the roughly 1024 mark, and then it just stays exactly the same. So at about, we'll add the breakpoint at 520, and I think the only real thing that is happening here is it's just scaling up the size of these two here. So what I could do, let's play around with this a little bit, but let's add one breakpoint, media, what is it, max width of 520 pixels, and I just want to see if this will work. Instead of going through each one of them individually, I want to see if I can just grab this HTML element and change the font size to 16 or 18 or something like that. So those ones that have rems, like instead of using like pixels, I used rems and quite a few of them. They would scale up. I might have to fix a couple of them, but for the most part, that hopefully should work. So let's grab the HTML element and let's do font size of 16 pixels. Nope, pixels. And let's see what happens. Let's go back over here. Let's see what happens whenever I no. Okay. Let's try 12. Not a big fan of the rems. Alright, well that's not gonna work apparently. So let's just because I think if we're looking at it here, the only thing that changes really is this title and this subtitle, as far as I can tell, in terms of like size. This thing expands and this stuff expands, of course, but the only thing that really gets bigger is this and this. So we probably just grab those two and we can probably just grab those two at 520 and make the sizes bigger. So let's grab, let's see, let's go over here and let's see, title font size is currently 3 rems. Let's make it like 5 on the title, and make it like 3.5 on the subtitle. So title 5, font size 5 rem. That's not what I want. Font size colon 5 rem, and dot subtitle font size 3.5 rem. Okay, let's go over here and see how that looks. Wait, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. This min width. Yes, there we go. And I need to max width that container. When does that container stop expanding? Well, it doesn't ever actually expand, if we're being completely honest. So on the main container, I wonder if, since I'm no longer being an idiot, let's try this. HTML font size 18 pixels. See if that works. Just for testing purposes. Looks like it. Looks like yeah, the text at the bottom, it looks like it's using rems as well. I don't think I'm using rems here, but it might be. Yeah, I might be using rems there as well. Okay, so we'll stick with the just selecting those two, and yeah, that's we'll call that. So that way the footer still stays the same size all the way across. The text up here, whoops, the footer stays the same size all the way across, and then the text up here as well, the terms and privacy policy, they stay the same as well, and then the title and the subtitle, this and this, they expand, they get bigger as you expand the window, as you get bigger in size. So we'll do that, and let's see. I want to add a max width instead of having, I don't know what I've got on the container class. Let's see here. So I've got a minimum height and width, and I want to add a maximum width to that as well. So max width be about 450 pixels. Let's see how that works. Let's see. Ugh. What is it doing? I don't like that. I know where I freaked up here. I need to add the container class, I think. Let's remove that, put that there. And then let's remove the container class from here and add it to here. And let's go over here and refresh and see how badly we freaked everything up. Not too terribly. Okay, now once I add the main, there's a little too much padding here, which is apparent. Why is there so much padding there? Goodness, that's a lot of padding. A lot of extra space. Let's see. This div is this div, right? No. It's this div. What is on this section? It's the minimum height, I think. That's what's adding so much extra. Yeah. So let's remove the min height from that equation and see how that plays out. Let's refresh. There we go. The only issue, well, no, I can actually add that to the, I've already got that on the dot main. Yeah, I can remove that. And then I can also remove this, save that. Let's go over here, make sure we didn't freak anything up. Alright, perfect. Now, we should be able to fix this, this issue here with adding this dot main class to the main element. So let's do that. See if we can. Yes. Okay, perfect. Wait, what? How in the world did that happen? Oh, wait. Let's take a look at this. So we've got this section. So we've got this section. So what's that section look like? That section is that. So let's add a flex class to that. Align all of that stuff. Yeah, because that's just that. Align all of that stuff to the center. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll add a, to this section, we'll add a d-flex and flex. Wait, what is my direction column class called? Flex dir. Flex dir. Flex dash dir. Okay. Let's see how that looks. Okay, nothing has changed. That's a good sign. And then we'll justify center, and that should center. Maybe not. Maybe it's not going to center it. Oh wait, it's column, so it would be line center, right? That is not what I wanted to happen. That is not at all what I wanted to happen. So maybe, wait, let's see. Maybe I remove this here and put it on here. Let's see if that works. Nope, absolutely nothing changed. Fantastic. Well, tell you what, let's take a short break and think it over, and I will come back to it here in a little bit. It'll just be a quick cut for you, but I'm going to take a short break, think about it for a while, and I'll come back to it here in a little bit. Okay, so I think I've got it figured out here. So, what I did, I took a short break, and then I came back. So I added the align center here to this container. That centered everything. That centered everything over here. So now it's centered. And then what had happened with the footer was it was it's outside of the main element over here. It's outside of the main element here. So on the main class, I added a min height and a min width rather than a standard specified height and width. And then I added a new class, so that way, because what was happening was the footer was inside or was outside of this container, but the logo wasn't, or yeah, the logo, this portion wasn't. So this was getting pushed down while the footer was getting pushed up, and that's not what I really wanted. So I also added a class to this section because the main container encompasses everything except for the footer. And then there's two separate sections, which is the formed section here where all the buttons and everything are happening, and then there's another section around this. So basically what I did was added a class to this section here, and again, my naming conventions are absolutely on point. Home logo section, and if we look at the home logo section, I just added a minimum width of 100%, which is 100% of the parent container, the main container. So this background will span 100% width of the parent container, which has 100% of the view width. So that's how I fix that. Sometimes you just need to step away and think about it for a few. Alright, so next thing that's on the agenda is to make it responsive. So I want to add basically I want to add a breakpoint to I want to add a breakpoint to 1024. So basically right here, and whenever it goes above the 1024 breakpoint, I want this logo to jump to the left and this to jump to the right, kind of like it does over here. So you've got the logo taking up about 60% width, and then this container taking up about the right 40% of the screen. So that's what I want to do. And I also want to add a I don't like this overflow bar here, so I'm going to add an overflow hidden on it, because as long as it's responsive down to about 400 or so, that should be all right. So we'll go back over here and we'll add on the main element, I would say, or maybe I just add it to the HTML. Overflow hidden. And if we go back over here, that bar should just completely, no, wait, I don't want all overflow hidden. I want overflow X hidden. So let's go back over here. So that crossbar, the one down here at the bottom, is no longer there, but we can still scroll up and down, which is ideal. So so once we hit the 1024 breakpoint, this needs to jump to the left 60%, and this needs to jump to the right 60%. So how do I have that set up now? So let's actually check that out. So okay, so this is why I put the footer outside of the main container. So on the main container, I can just change this to a at the breakpoint, I can change the main container to just a regular flex direction. So remove the flex direction column here, and then set the minimum height to 100% on both or yeah, so we'll set I could do like a grid. I could do like a grid instead. So this takes up the first 60% of the grid, and this takes up the last 40% of the grid. So let's play around with that and see what we can come up with. So let's go back over here. We'll add a media query, another media query. So I want to remember we want min width of 1024 pixels. Alright, so once we hit that breakpoint, what we want is to grab the .main class, and let's just change that to a display of flex. Oh wait, it's already display of flex. Let's change the flex flex direction to row and see what that does. So we'll refresh that. Nothing has changed at when we're under 1024. Okay. So not what I wanted. So let's actually do a row reverse. And see how that looks. Yes. Now see, that's exactly kind of what I'm going for here. So I don't know why this image has decided. Oh, okay. Okay, so we'll have to play around with that. But let's go back over here. So we got the row reverse. Then I want to grab the container, the logo container. No, that's the top logo container. I want to grab home logo section. So we'll set the home logo section, and we'll make a min width of 60%, right? And then a min height that's why. Okay. Min height of 100%. Alright, let's see what see how that looks. Okay, so that's centered now. But I need to also grab whatever container this background is in. So yeah, so it's going to be in the home image container. So we'll make that home image container. Back over here, home image container, and we're going to make a min height of 100%, and we'll play around with that so that way we don't have the scroll bar. And okay, so okay, so so we want the let's see here. So got that. That's the image. That's the container. A minimum height of 100%. We need to add the the background is on this, so okay, we need to remove the height class. Okay, so we need to remove the height class from the image container. Okay, so maybe what if we change that to 100% or 100 view height? Okay. Let's change that to 100% and then change this to height of 100 view height. Then let's see, why is it because of the, it shouldn't be. Whoa, okay. I don't know what a PC unit is, but so wait, why? Let's see over here. Okay, so let's change that height right there. Let's see if that makes any difference. Maybe a little bit, but not enough. What am I looking for here? Goodness. Yeah, the main container has a 100 view height. A 100 view height minimum. What am I looking for here? I want, wait. Main container. Why has it got unused flex space on the left? Huh. Well, let's just start playing with, margin 0. And we'll do padding 0. Minimum width is 100 view width. Why? Line items. Baseline. That's not at all what I want. Flex start. That's what I want. Justify content flex end, because it's a reverse row. So yeah, the left would be the end. Min height would be 100 view height. That's already specified. Never mind. let's do a min height of 90, view height. Okay, so that doesn't seem to be doing anything. So this section, where am I specifying a pixel height? On the background, the home image container. So okay, yeah, that's ideally what I want for the most part. Yeah, that is ideally what I want. 95 view height. And then I also want to line items, flex start, maybe. Because the only thing now, how it's looking, the only thing I'm really after at this point is removing this up here. So why? Nope. Why are you still there? Like, what is going on with this? Like, you... Uh, nope, that's not what I want. Line items, flex start. Okay, that's more of what I'm kind of after. So I'm justifying content. Let's see here. Justifying content, flex end, and I'm going to align items, flex start. Right? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for. There we go. Now the only thing left, the only thing left really is to kind of reduce the padding on that a little bit. So this is probably got a min height of 100%. Yeah. So we'll make the minimum height on that like 95. Min height 95. View height. Nope. Still not what I'm really after. It looks like it's... Let's try 90. See if... Nope, that doesn't help me at all. Okay. We're almost there. We're almost there. I'm just not a CSS guru. No, that's not what I want. I wonder if I could do a percentage on that now. Yes. Okay. So my biggest issue right now is I kind of just want to have everything without the overflow. So kind of like push everything up just a little bit. Maybe I set a max height. Oh, that's not. No, that's not what I want. Oops. That still hasn't done anything helpful. I need to move that to the left about 100 pixels-ish. Oh, that's Twitter. That looks about right like that. And then I need to also make the Twitter logo, I don't know, maybe 100 pixels bigger. So what do I have on here right now? I have a height of 250 pixels. So let's move that to 350 pixels. See if that looks almost nearly identical. Okay, so I will change. Oh, what was it? It was on the home image logo class. Height of 350 pixels. So, yep. Looks pretty good. Okay. Kind of want to add a max width, change the max width on this a little bit. So what is it at now? It's at about roughly 400-ish. So let's change that. What is the max width on that? 450 pixels. Let's change that down to 400. See how that looks. Yeah, a little bit better. What in the world is happening down here? What? Okay. What is that? Just inherit? Looks to have a lot more moving parts than the actual Twitter page does. Okay. Oh wait, that's the wrong page. Okay, so let's see here. Okay. So on the container, okay, so we can set a max width on the container class of 350 pixels. So we'll just set a width on the container class of 350 pixels since I have a min and max width. So we'll go over here, 350 pixels. Alright, let's check that out. Okay, now it's breaking down here. My goodness, everything's just so broken. CSS is not supposed to be this hard. We'll have a max height on that of I think we need to make the header a little bit smaller. So 4 rems. Actually, we can make it 5, and then we'll do overflow wrap. No. Visible. I just want that that happening now to just overflow outside of the container. Let's change it to 4 there. And then font size 3 here. I just need, oh wait, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, so maybe I can reduce the margin on the bottom. I definitely need to do that a little bit. And I just need this to not wrap Like, I want it to overflow outside of the container. How? Allow text to overflow div. White space, no wrap. That's what I'm looking for. So on here, we'll do white space, no wrap. There we go. Now I should be able to Okay, so now what this looks like is pretty darn close to the real thing. So it was perfect for the breakpoint, and then basically it'll be fine all the way up down to about 400 pixels. Okay. Now I just need to fix this. Okay, that's that H1. Okay. We'll change that height on the home logo section to 95%. Go back over here and we'll refresh. Okay. Now we should have enough room to it's this container that is so on the container class. What if on the container class we just added a new margin bottom 0? Would that remove the margin on, or that way it's padding on the bottom? And let's padding top let's do 10 pixels. Okay. Okay. Okay, that should... We can remove that, actually. 0. So that way it basically lines up with the height of that other container. And then I'll add a little bit of padding to the Twitter logo, or margin to the top and the left of the Twitter logo, up there at the top. So kind of push it out inwards a little bit and down. Okay, so let's do that. So So we'll grab the Twitter logo at the logo container. We'll add margin top 10 pixels and margin left 10 pixels. Let's see how that looks. There we go. And that basically lines up with... Yep, I like it. Okay, so the only thing I've got left is figuring out why oh, that's right, I never actually added those fixes to that. Let's go back here. So on the container, padding on the top 0 and padding on, oh wait, no, padding on the top 0 and padding on the bottom 0. Now, yeah, okay. And I'll just add a little bit more margin now that I've pushed that up a bit. We'll add some more margin to that logo container. Maybe change it to 20 pixels. And let's see how that looks. Yeah, it looks better. Maybe I just move, now that I'm looking at it, maybe I move it down 40 pixels and to the left, from the left 5 pixels. Yeah, that looks a lot better. That looks a lot better. I also want to add the overflow, whatever class that is, to that to the subtitle as well. So the white space no wrap. There we go. Alright, still, the only thing left I've got is that, a freaking footer. Okay. See that container is still spanning below where I want it to span. Max height 95%. See, that's not going to work either. That's not going to work either. Okay, and it's still like not working as expected. I added a height auto class to the footer. I guess that's not gonna work. Let's just play here. Let's just play real quick. I have a bad feeling this is gonna really screw things up, but let's just play with it. We can always fix it. And yeah. The way things are set up, that's not gonna work. Let me refresh. And that looks back to being messed up. It is the this container is what the problem is. It's this main container. It's too big. Too big. But when okay. Okay, so on the main container, we will add, not on the breakpoint, but on the actual main container, we'll add a minimum height of 90 view height. Okay. Oops. This seems to have gotten somewhat fixed. Okay. Now see, this container is still bugging me. Why? I still don't like it. Ugh. Oh, I don't like CSS. Give me JavaScript or something. I don't like CSS. Alright, well, we'll come back to it. We'll come back to it another day. I will figure it out another day. I'm not messing with it anymore. Next video we will we'll start working on the actual sign up process, something that, you know, probably is going to go terribly, but we'll see. Alright, so yeah, we'll work on the sign up process next video, and we'll fix this disaster at some point or another in the future. So until then, have a great one, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.